You know, for 30 years, I've been looking for breakthrough products. From our very first product that we launched on TV 30 years ago with Pat Boone and his daughter, until even now, we're always at American Telecast looking for breakthrough products. I remember when Richard Simmons came to me with a Ziploc bag full of construction paper, different colors, and I said, Richard, what's that? And he says, I call it Deal-A-Meal. And I said, well, what's Deal-A-Meal? And he said, it's the first system in history where a person doesn't have to count calories to lose weight. They get different colors of paper for different food groups. And they learn how to budget their meals because guess what? If you run out of meats at lunchtime, you don't get any meats at dinner because you're all out of that color of paper. And I said, Richard, that is genius. But we can't sell a baggie with pieces of cut construction paper. So we turned it into Deal-A-Meal. A wallet, some cards, recipe cards, cookbooks, and so on. But it was a breakthrough. Nobody had ever done it. I remember when the Total Gym first came into our view, and I asked the guys, I said, what's so unique about this? And they said, well, it exercises body parts the way that they need to be exercised because it's functional. You know, we don't operate in one plane. We don't just do curls like that. We're lifting here, we're lifting there, we're lifting down here. The Total Gym does every single plane of motion, every range of motion. And it's fun because it's not static, it's dynamic, it's always moving. And they demonstrated it, and I said, man, that is a breakthrough. And today, Total Gym is the #1 selling piece of strength training equipment in the world, okay? It was a breakthrough. But every breakthrough I ever found was always introduced on TV. We always married a celebrity to it. Well, one day, an investment banker told me about a supplement that was totally unique. And I said, well, what's so unique about it? He said, well, #1, it wasn't created by a company. It was created by one of the world's leading medical researchers, a medical doctor that was an oncologist, a hematologist, immunologist. This guy was #1. He had been on the scientific review panels of the National Institutes of Health, of the VA, of the Hemophilia Federation. He was appointed to the Board of Governors of the American Academy of HIV Medicine, one of the most prestigious appointments in medicine. This man has created a supplement, and he created it to help his sick patients get healthier. And he had the sickest of sick. He literally had people that were dying every day. And it built their immune system. And I said, okay, that sounds pretty interesting, but I'm still not that interested in supplements. And he said, well, let me tell you what's different about this supplement from any other supplement that's ever been out there. He said, it can be verified and quantified through a blood test what it is doing to every cell in the human body. And it's provable, verifiable, quantifiable. I said, really? He said, yeah. So I said, okay, I'll meet with your doctor. I met with Dr. Keller, and I was blown away. I was blown away by a whole bunch of things. #1, by his credentials. #2, by his passion for his patients. This was a man who was so committed to helping his patients stay healthy, and he was focused on coming up with a supplement that could really dramatically change things for those people. I heard his passion, and I saw what went into the making of this supplement. And as he showed me the test, the simple blood test, and how it could be quantified in the lymphocytes, do you realize that you can eat a barrel of oranges, you can drink antioxidant juices till you're blue in the face, you could drink all the blueberries, all the red wine you want, and if I do a blood test on you, I won't be able to see one single change at a cellular level. I can't do it. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at this supplement that was quantifiable, was verifiable. Okay, so I saw that. I learned the science behind his product. He gave me an illustration that was unbelievable. He said, you know, when you ingest an antioxidant, it's literally, it's like that helicopter that puts out a forest fire, puts out a patch of trees. It dips a bucket into the lake, pulls it out, dumps it on a patch of trees in the middle of the fire. That's great for that patch of trees that puts out their fire. But you still have millions of trees around it that are still on fire. Well, that's what ingesting an antioxidant does. It puts out a little patch of oxidative fires in a few cells, but it doesn't put out the fires in most of the cells. He told me that this product is completely different. It's like having an underground lake underneath every tree in the forest, and that with a flip of the switch, you can turn every branch of every tree into a sprinkler system so that every tree puts out its own fire. It doesn't have to worry about the rest of the forest. That's what our product does. It gives every cell in the human body what it needs to produce more of its own antioxidant, the most powerful antioxidant known to man, glutathione. That started getting me excited, and then he put me away with the next one. He said, and here's what I like, is we have a composition patent. A composition patent was a patent created by the patent office to protect drug companies. You see, drug companies invest anywhere from $900 million to $1.2 billion into a drug before they ever get it out to market. So the patent office said, we're going to give you a special kind of protection so that nobody can duplicate that. We're going to actually protect the ingredients that you put in there to get the ultimate outcome that you want to get. And Dr. Keller said, this is so unique in what it does in the human body and so effective that it's one of the few supplements in history ever to be granted a composition patent. And so he gave me some samples. I went on it. All of a sudden, 3 days on this product, guess what? I wasn't getting a caffeine high like a spike or all of a sudden feeling juiced and ready to go. No, I was just feeling good the whole day. There was never that crash, never that fall off a cliff. From the time I wake up till the time I go to bed, I had all of my energy, all of my focus, and I do a lot of things. I write books, I write and produce television shows, and so I need my focus from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed, and all of a sudden it was there. This thing does stuff that nothing else out there did. And so we went ahead, we made up 1,000 bottles, started circulating them to everybody, and without fail, when those 1 week sample bottles came to an end, myself and my partner started getting panicked phone calls. It was like we were handing out the fountain of youth to people. So we work with a lot of world-class athletes, literally the top of the top, marathoners, triathletes, and so on. Well, I went ahead and I started handing out the product to these athletes. And just like the baby boomers, and these guys are in their 20s, they started calling me as soon as they ran out. Why? Because they were finding that their energy level was boosted by this, that their recovery from exercise was really shortened, literally cut, in some cases, cut in half. We had it tested by consumer labs, and they tested it for all 170 known banned substances, not one in this product. So now it carries their approval. So athletes can use this worldwide without being disqualified for performance enhancement. So my partners and I agreed that this is the one time in our life that if we really want to get the word out on this product, there's only one way to do it, and that's with network marketing. And the reason that I love network marketing is because it is face-to-face. And we recruited some of the best leaders in the business, both for management as well as for our initial master distributors. And so we did that, and of course the rest is history. The growth rate we're seeing is beyond imagination. I went to my two biggest competitors, not the place you would expect me to go, but these guys are unbelievable. They do $1.5 billion in sales a year. They are by far the largest television marketer in the world, Bill Guthrie and Greg Rinker. And they're competitors of mine. And yet, I knew this was too big for me. I'm not big enough to handle this. So I went to Bill and Greg. I told them about the product. I told them what it had done for me, and I gave them a few stories. And their eyes got great big, and they said, Steve, do you realize if this is true, you're talking about a fountain of youth type product. It's bigger than anything we've ever seen. Now, what's the significance of Guthrie Rinker and Steve Scott being involved together in a network marketing business? Well, number one, they're brilliant marketers. Number two, they have access to cutting-edge technologies and consumer products years before the rest of the market ever hears about them. That's so exciting to me, I can't even tell you. People are catching the vision for this. If you caught the vision for this by the time you stop this DVD, I hope you'll join us, because I believe we're going to do things nobody in business history has ever done. I think we're going to reach tens of millions of people through this company. And we're going to do it through people just like you.